Why are we here? The children in my after-school class were drawing pictures of buildings. The 9-year-old said, "I'm going to draw a church." One of the 6-year-olds asked, "What's a church?" The older child thought she was joking and kept saying, "Come on, you know, a church." But the 6-year-old wasn't joking. She didn't know. Then a 7-year-old said, "I don't know either. What is it?" There was a time long ago when everyone went to church. Then not so long ago, most people went to church. Now more people than not don't go to church or belong to any religious community. Gallup polls reported that the percentage of Americans who were members in any house of worship in 2020 dropped below 50% for the first time in 80 years of tracking such trends. In 2018, 50% of Americans belonged to a church, synagogue, or mosque, down from 70% in 1999. In 2020, that percentage dropped to 47%. In the year 2000, 8% of Americans did not identify with any religion. Today, that number is 21%. Age does correlate with church membership. 66% of Americans born before 1946 belong to a church. 58% of baby boomers belong to a church, compared to 50% of those in Gen X, or 36% of millennials. Here is the church. Here is the steeple. Open the door. Here's all the people. How many of you grew up with that? We've been bemoaning the decrease in religious involvement for years. Perhaps it has assumed the role of the boy calling wolf, and its warning bells are not being heard. Why are we here? Why are we here? Why are we here? I answered that question for myself in the testimonial I gave at the campaign kickoff service earlier this month. Reverend Rebecca told me that the more she read my words, the more powerful they became. And here's some of them. I could feel very strongly that families in reduced circumstances should have wonderful holidays and experiences like summer camps, but I wouldn't be able to figure out what I could do about it, and I'd push it off till later. I might suffer from loss and loneliness and know that I shouldn't bear it alone, but I would shy away from burdening my children or my neighbors. I'm sure we are here for different reasons. Some of us are here because we were raised to go to church, or because we're looking for community, or hope, or peace. We are here because we have come to love the people that are here, even the ones that are the most challenging to us. We love them, and we miss them when they're gone. We are here because tradition calls us to return. Mystery calls us to explore, and pain pleads with us that there be more to life. Why are you here? The 2022 Faith Communities Today reports, and this is a tome of a report because I went and read it after I got the sermon. It has statistics from 15,278 congregations representing 80 different faith traditions. It reports, as increasing percentages of individuals choose to identify as none, done, or spiritual, not religious. It might seem as if religious congregations no longer matter. However, personal commitments and identities are often insubstantial without a supportive community. An individual's faith is transitory, subject to changes throughout one's life, and ultimately lasts only as long as they do. It is the religious organizations, the congregations, the denominations, and para-church groups that create the bedrock foundation of religious and spiritual life in this country and sustain both faith traditions and individuals' quests across time and generational variations. Though there are a variety of reasons why people are here, there are two reasons we all need to consider seriously. These are not so much about the person as the collective impact of our being here. They have to do with the future we are creating for our children and for the health of our earth. The vast majority of congregations across the country included in this Faith Today study are evangelical Protestant. These congregations make up 71.3%, including Black Protestant churches. This is followed by 20% representing the mainline Protestant Christian traditions, followed by 5% Catholic and Orthodox communities. Other religious traditions, that's the category that we're in. Unitarian Universalists are a part. It comprised 1.4% of the religious landscape in the study. We are joined by Baha'i, Jewish, and Muslim congregations. The study does admit to undercounting the growing diversity of non-Christian groups within the country. Those are difficult to catalog. Still, the impact of this data remains. Half of all congregations in our country are in the South, where 38% of the US population lives. The Northeast has 17% of the American population and 12% of the congregations, while the North Central states have 24% of faith communities and 21% of the total population. This means that the South and Central states have nearly double the churches per million residents as do the Northeast and the West. We know that religious and political affiliation have a strong correlation and likewise impact one's positions on issues of social justice and human rights. Consider just a few facts. The Pew Center for Research reports that highly religious Americans, those who say they pray each day and regularly attend religious services and consider religion very important in their lives, these people are far less likely than other US adults to express concern about warming temperatures around the globe. So too are people's views on issues related to transgender, directly correlated to their religious views. In July of 2022, Pew Research reports that white evangelicals are the single religious group in which a majority believe our country has gone too far in accepting transgender people. Other religious groups are divided and have just as many people who feel we haven't gone far enough. The majority of people who are religiously unaffiliated also believe we haven't gone far enough. Young adults aged 18 to 29 are not feeling optimistic about our country. The Pew Research Center asked them in a 2022 study to give one word to describe how their feelings about the current state of our country. The top words were angry, concerning, confusing, defeated, embarrassing, expensive, fragmented, tense, unstable, and wary. The two positive words were decent and fixable. That same study showed that a global response to climate change is the overarching top priority for young adults. When American young adults were asked what they felt shame about with respect to our country, they answered internal social division, political intervention abroad, prolonged warfare, slavery and unresolved racial issues, and withdrawal from Afghanistan. When asked what they were proud about, they replied, democracy, economic strength, foreign aid, Marshall Plan, and the American dream. But Unitarian Universalists actually align with the young adults and the religiously unaffiliated. We do believe that climate change is real. We do work for the rights of trans people. Like young adults, we also find the divisions within our country and the unresolved history of slavery concerning. We also believe that our country is decent and fixable. We must not only keep Unitarian Universalism in the religious dialogue, but we must increase its presence nationally and locally. We are called to let children and young adults know they are not alone. We listen to them, and we agree. We must fight for the preservation and restoration of our earth. And we, of course, must further our spiritual journeys and show up for one another. The religious landscape needs our values and our engagement. The 2020 Faith Communities Today study also has research that shows what is required for faith communities to thrive. There are 9 things. Have strong leadership that fits well with the participants. Have a clear and compelling mission. Be innovative and open to change. Be active in the local community. Have vibrant worship that is thought-provoking and stimulating. Have a community of participants that represents a diversity of ages, genders, races, and other differences. Be good at incorporating new people. Have significant lay involvement, including contributing financially and volunteering. Live out their faith commitments in everyday life and tell others about it. That's a lot, but it gives us metrics that we can use to assess ourselves. Why are we here? Why are you here? We are here for ourselves, for each other, for the children and young adults of the future. We are here for the here and now, and the life yet to come on this earth. So please, get involved. Get involved with the auction. Pledge if you haven't already. Increase your pledge if you already have. Share about your faith. Tell people about your church. Make your belonging meaningful to you.